I should turn down this thing because we had the PS4. And there we go. That should be a. Or wait, is it the other way, right? No, Amy is louder. Amy is louder than the PS4. We turned it up. We turned it up on Monday because we were playing NBA 2K16 because the PS4 is substantially quieter than the PS3. So, turn it down for Amy. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Oh man. I love that. All right, time for speeder. Oh, I should actually send that tweet. Bop. Bop. Yeah, I hadn't actually launched the game yet. How's everybody doing this week? How's everybody doing? We'll give people a minute to crawl in. We'll push the start button. Oh man, I am loving that thread. I am loving how that thread has evolved, and now it's just people like, wait a second, Savage Oppress? Wait, what? What? What do you? Savage Oppress? Are you serious? And it's like, yes. All right, Amy speedrun. Make sure we got our overlays. Also, let's get. Oh crap! I meant to download that timer that Vexel sent me the link to, and I didn't. One sec. Also, where is that setting? Where's the set? There it is. Display and brightness. Twitch's desktop app now has a Discord-like chat service. I should maybe look into installing that. Okay, so Savage Oppress. Savage Oppress is Darth Maul's brother. So the thread turned into complaint. So it started off being about Snoke, and then it evolved into it evolved rapidly when someone's like, "But what about the rule of 2? There can only be 2 Sith at a time." And I just about lost my mind, because even in universe, the rule is bullcrap. Like, it's not a physical law. It's not like gravity. It's dogma. And it's hilarious because even in universe, in the movies, and well, particularly in the TV shows and the books, there are like constantly like 5 to 10 Sith running around because everyone has a secret apprentice that they're training. So at one point in Clone Wars, you have Palpatine, who has apprentice number 1, Darth Maul, who is assumed dead but actually not, and so he goes from being the apprentice to being secret apprentice Darth Maul, and the public apprentice is Darth Tyrannus, aka Count Poopu Dooku, Count Dooku. And then Dooku has his secret apprentice, Usage Ventress, and Darth Maul has his secret apprentice, who is his brother, Savage Oppress. So yeah, you, like, in the Clone Wars, you've got 2 different lines of apprentices under Palpatine running around, each with their own secret apprentice that they're hiding from. Yeah, it is kind of hilarious. Um, Sorry. Yes, it's Sauvage Oppress. It's Savage Oppress. Sauvage Oppress. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Um, what am I'm sorry, Vexel. I don't remember your public account's name. I'm looking for where you sent me the or even just like what's the name of that app? Vix Interactive. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Actually, wait. Wait, did you send it here on? Yeah, it must have been on Twitter. It must have been on Twitter. Um, oh, sorry, Toadette. So this is on. I completely spaced out yesterday. So last week we moved to Thursday because I had a migraine. This week we moved to Thursday because yesterday at like 6 o'clock in the evening, I was like, okay, we're going to do speed run in like 3 hours. So I have some time to finally, after 3 crunch days getting that video out, I have some time to decompress and just take a nice deep breath and sat down to play some Stonehearth. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught up on some YouTube videos. So I put on this documentary about professional wrestling and fired up Stonehearth and got into such a chill zone that I didn't realize what time it was until Vexel messaged me at midnight and was like, Amy speedrun tonight? And I'm like, oh. So that's what happened yesterday is I got just a little I got a little too chill and just wound up playing a city building game for hours and hours. It was. Oh wait, I think I still have it open. It's actually so it's an OS. I guess I shouldn't say documentary. It's more. I don't know. It's halfway between documentary and just like straight review because the time in the video is split. But so OSW, the channel, OSW review. They did a video on Bound for Glory 2017, and so someone linked it to me, or someone linked it in a not directly to you. Someone linked it in a forum and was like, "Hey, the first like 20 minutes of this are actually a really fascinating like rundown of uh, the promotion was a TNA or whatever." And I've been growing increasingly interested in professional wrestling, just like as an I don't know, I don't like as an academic or in I shouldn't say as an academic subject. That makes it sound too distant. In condensed form. So I have tried watching the long form stuff, like the actual just shows, and I can't do it. It still just kind of bores me to tears. It's too slow. It goes on too long. But I'm increasingly interested in the abridged version of it, and in particular the like really abridged. Like, okay, let's take a look at like a condensed look at like 2 years as opposed to anything else. So I wound up watching that. So that was like an hour and a half, and I kept like pausing it to focus on like designing a. I was working on a farmhouse. I wanted a nice multi-level farmhouse with a porch that I was building in Stonehearth, and it took quite a while. And every now and so I'd pause to like focus on the little fiddly parts of building design in the game, and yeah, yeah. Um, there it is. There it is. Frame perfect speedrun timer. All right. All right. Frame. Do 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 doobity doop doo. All right. Let's see if this works better than our old system. Okay, quick. Thank you. Tap, add a game. All right, we're going to add a game. Game title, Amy. Enter. Say. Oh, no, that says any. No. No. Not any. Amy. Amy. Done. All right. Save. And then. Right. Category. Any percent. Save. To prevent it from locking during your run. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. And then. Nope. Okay. Too complex to just kind of do on a drop. So I will figure out how that thing works. There's a lot of, it kept leading me through more and more pages that were not bringing me to a timer. So we'll just do it the old way. Which will be fine. It'll be fine. We can do the old way. Yeah, yeah. I'll go through it. I'll go through it later. It's gonna be a bunch of stuff, and we're just kind of sitting here. So, so, so. Oh man, I'm kind of sad to be leaving that thread, but I can't focus on that thread. There's so much. Oh god. Yeah. I think Luke, and Luke are a good place to leave that thread off. Because, yeah, so Luke's clone, the clone of Luke Skywalker, is Luke Skywalker, and his clone is Luke Skywalker. It's so gloriously awful. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Is everybody ready? Everybody feeling ready, feeling good, feeling ready, feeling good. This is all 100% real. This is all way, way, way too real. Like yes, just they just keep adding U's for every like photocopy generation of Luke. Just add another U. It's yeah, it's more U's. So the third Luke has three U's. Um, we can talk about this as we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, start. Oh, was Luke another clone, an alternate clone of Luke? I don't remember. It's been years since I read that. He might actually just be the second clone of Luke, like the backup clone of Luke, rather than explicitly a clone of Luke. No, no, no. Bigger Luke. Bigger Luke is a completely separate thing. So the addition of U's to designate Luke clones is is entirely separate from the bigger Luke, smaller Luke split. All right. All right. Come around. Grab our stick. Oh. Can't skip that one. All right. This guy only takes one hit, which is good. Doop-a-doo. Zip-a-doo. I'm excited to be here tonight. I don't think I was quite ready yesterday. I was pretty out of it yesterday. I needed I needed that break. I needed to just kind of zone out for an evening and build some buildings. It's been a while since I had a chance to do that. Also, when we get to the break, I'm probably going to do two runs again, like I did last week, and we'll take the better time. Um, oh, what was I thinking? So when we get to the break, I will show you today's haul. I stopped by a EB Games, and I found, oh boy, oh the things I found. It it's gonna be beautiful. Um, and yeah, if you haven't watched the Book of Henry video yet, you should watch it. You should watch it. You should share it. You should like it. You should leave a comment. The comments so far it have been pretty good. Um, that one was actually getting, oh man, I was getting deep in the weeds on that one. Like I was actually starting to have the same problem that the writers were having, where you get so familiar with the subject matter that it's easy to lose track of um, what you have actually properly spelled out and what you just like know as a writer. Uh, and it's easy to sort of lose track of things and be just like, oh well, no, that's just like intrinsically woven into the fabric of the story, or in my case, like the essay, and you can lose track of like whether or not you have actually like adequately explained something. Except what was happening is like Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday, like it was really like Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. I was hitting this point where it was just like, am I just over explaining crap? Is any of this going to actually, you know, be weird to other people, or am I just imagining it? Like, because it had stopped actually seeming weird to me. Like, I had gotten so used to it. I knew the story just inside out, that, you know, a lot of the weirdness of the plot, it was like, okay, am I actually explaining how weird this is, or am I under explaining it? But fortunately, from people watching it, they're like, oh man, just the plot summary was wild. And so I'm glad I included the whole plot summary, that it still unfolds in a way that people who haven't watched Book of Henry 8 times get what's weird about it. Like, that it's still just like the decisions are on their face, uh, deeply confusing. So, and yeah, I wound up focusing a lot on, you know, how Henry is a dick. The weird thing is a bunch of my like favorite subjects, or just my favorite weird, stupid, bizarre parts of the movie that like I covered a lot in the vlog, and you know, spent a lot of time focusing on Twitter. Uh, Almost didn't make it in. Like, I almost forgot to even mention them in the script, in part because I had, like, it's this thing, like, I had spent so much time talking about them elsewhere that it just kind of felt like I had in fact already talked about them. And so it was easy to kind of lose track of, like, it's like, no, 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 you haven't actually written that into the script yet. And it's like, oh crap. So there was a few that I caught at like the last minute, like plywood. Plywood is slightly thicker than the human skull. It was it was Monday morning that I was doing a read through, and like I was reading my one of my old tweet threads at the same time, and it was like, holy crap, I haven't even mentioned the plywood. And there's a bunch of other things. There's a bunch of other things that I've that did end up getting left out. Yeah. So there's more. There's always more. I think some of those it's like, all right, I'm not going to cover everything. It would take me another week to make sure that I like covered everything, and I just kind of want to be done with it. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay. Leave some room for other people. 40 minutes is good. 40 minutes is fine. It's plenty of time. You can be thorough without being like the one and, you know, the final word. I mean, I guess it's cool to be the definitive thing, but all right. One of the things I've really enjoyed was, because I actually because I waited until I had the movie and was able to include clips, and because I included several of those clips, there's a bunch of things that are like notorious, that several of the other like popular reviews have covered. So like Henry bursting into Janice's office and being like, "God damn it, Janice!" That was a thing that many people like kind of just figured the other reviews were to some degree or another like making up. That it's like, no, that doesn't actually happen exactly how it sounds. It's got to be, you know, similar, but it's like, no, they were not. There was no hyperbole. Like, that is exactly how it happens in the movie. So zipping down the hallway. Make sure we don't lock. Ah, what's going on? Getting caught on terrain. I don't know if we actually even need to close that. Come on. Come on. No, we're going a little slow. Alright, has he opened the door? Oh, he's already opened the door. Okay. Come on, Amy. Come on, Amy, grab my hand. Hey, kids. Are you horny for anime? Yeah. Screaming sheep. Camera's being all kinds of wacky today. This is gonna be fun. Oh, joy. Last second jump scare. Yeah, no, we're doing fine. That was not crazy tight, but nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Good time. Yeah, 11 minutes, and we're getting under the desk. That was good. That was good. It's a good time. It's a good time. All right, cello, go die off screen. Opinions on Revan? Darth Revan? Revan? Which Revan? Which Revan? Also, I don't remember. Oh, I would need to remind myself. My brain is so, my brain is so full of obnoxious, useless Star Wars facts that Darth PC of KOTOR 1. Oh man, I haven't. I feel a little bit bad about this. I haven't played KOTOR since it came out, and I never had a copy. I played it at my friend's house. Like I played it on his computer. So I've only played. So I would play it in fits and starts. And I haven't actually played KOTOR 2. I've read summaries of KOTOR 2, but I've never played it. So I played KOTOR 1 ages and ages ago on kind of the weird schedule of when you play it in chunks, like when you've got a save file on your buddy's computer. And so sometimes I feel like a bad nerd because it's like, oh, you should really, you should know this better. And like I'm familiar with the broad strokes of it, but I can't remember the details well enough. And I keep meaning to replay it because like yeah, it's pretty readily available these days. But all right, I don't need to grab Amy. But in a lot of ways, oh, did the ogre? Okay, good. I was really worried there. It looked for a second. Oh no! It looked for a second like the ogre. Wait, what the? All right, that's a new one. something I'm not entirely sure why it happened. So like what happened there was the door collision was still in place. So, all right, Jared, I got to make up some time. Be kind to me, Jared. Be kind. No, Jared. Cooperate, Jared. There we go. Good, Jared. Really? Well, the point of these practice runs is to work through all of the that's never happened befores. So it's just like, oh, that sometimes happens. All right, Jared. That one actually has happened to me a few times before. So if you're too fast, Jared, if you're too fast, then the ogre hears you break the window. Come on. And comes back around the corner. So, yeah, yeah. All right, it's good. We'll get it. We'll get it on the second run. We'll get it on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And what else? Oh, people asking about Bright. Yeah, I probably actually am gonna watch Bright, though. I want to watch. Skip that. I'm gonna go watch the new Guillermo del Toro, like tomorrow or Saturday, because I want to watch and talk about a movie that I will probably actually like. I realized that I actually just did that with Star Wars. Like, it was really nice to talk about a movie I really liked, but then I went from Star Wars into Book of Henry and then spent like a week solid in just intense Book of Henry mode. And I really, really, really need to watch something that will be, even if flawed, at least, you know, intriguing. So I'm gonna probably do Sound of Water, Shape of Water, before I do Bright, even though that might be like a day apart. But yeah, because Shape of Water, like it's just opening here in Calgary tomorrow. So one of the downsides of those limited rollout, or like rolling sort of release movies, is that you might be in a place where everyone else has already had, weeks to watch it. So, oh, that's a weird question. Saying you don't like Book of Henry. Okay. I can't actually say I hate Book of Henry, because it has given me so much joy through misery. Oh, good. Made it around that corner. We only got one. All right. There we go. Good. didn't take any hits, so we won't just spontaneously die like last week. Um, and fortunately, our like weird extra deaths here were all right next to a very convenient safe spot. And we're gonna do the checkpoint reload because we need every second this week. Pick it up. Is the Book of Henry awesomely bad or just plain bad? It is fascinatingly bad. Is really the best way of putting it. Because like it's not enjoyable trash in the way that something like Chronicles of Riddick is. It's deeply confusing, and the way that it just kind of like compounds when you're actually watching it. Like something that I didn't really communicate in the video is how when you're watching the movie, there's a pacing thing that goes on with it where how to explain this. When Henry's illness finally kicks in, the main plot just kind of stops. Oh wait, no. Yeah, the movie just kind of or the main plot just kind of stops, and the main plot like the main plot is so inconsistently built that it's like, okay, so the first 20 minutes of the movie are no, the first 15 minutes are just kind of faffing around. Like the first 15 minutes have no bearing on almost anything that comes after. And then 20 minutes in 20 minutes in is when the goddammit Janice scene happens. And that's when things actually kind of like for real start. So you first get the tease of that a few minutes earlier when he's like looking out the window, and it's like, okay, so 15 minutes in, the plot kinda actually starts. 20 minutes in, it kicks into gear, and then you get then you're in. He's like, he makes the phone call to CPS, and that doesn't work out, and then he makes the phone call to CPS. That doesn't work out, and then you get the big starting montage, or the big start of all of the planning. So the planning so the planning kicks into gear, and then you spend a decent amount of time with that. You spend about 20 minutes of time with the planning of everything. And then he gets brain cancer, and things just stop. And then it's about brain cancer for 20 minutes. And come on, you can do it. There we go. And then it's about brain cancer for 20 minutes. And then he dies, and then it just kind of drifts around for another 15 minutes. and then the book comes back into play, and then it's about killing Glenn for the rest of the movie. It's very, very uneven. Also, I'm thinking now we can, if we break the board and then turn around right away and go back to the glyph, we don't need to go back down. Like, you might want to go back down. Like, yeah, no, it's not worth going down just to shut off the emergency system. Also, I didn't call down the elevator. I'll need to do that from the worst spot. Doesn't work? Okay. Doesn't work. She won't have... So if you go back, she's still not going to have 2 charges. Oh. Come on. Ah, crap. I hate this chapter. It will fill your charge. Oh, once it goes into the no, this runs a bust. I really hate this chapter. Also, I'm kind of distracted because I just sat there staring at a door waiting for it to open, even though I know it doesn't open. All right, I'm gonna bail on this run probably after that, or I'm gonna. Okay, all right. This is just gonna be warm up. I'm gonna go through the motions for this little bit here, just to kind of get my hands warm up, and then we're just gonna restart. We're gonna, because that's with all of those accumulated, like, we're looking at a much longer run. Also, I completely. Oh man. Oh, actually, that's not the worst time to do that because you're waiting on the elevator anyway. So, all right, I'm gonna get to the top. Except the elevator travel time. She's not on the elevator. Oh, God. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm going to go. Take a quick bathroom break. Take a quick bathroom break. Grab another drink. I'll be right back. Oh my God. All right. All right. Hey kids, you horny for anime? All right. Amy Cat, not Amy Game. Amy Cat was napping on her cat tower, and she perked up when I went past. So I gave her a scritch under her chin and told her that everybody loves her. So Amy knows that you all love her. Okay. Okay. Wait, sorry. What? Oh. Re-volunteering to help mod the speedrun.com page. Oh. Yeah, sure. Okay, wait, is there a notification? I don't know how to do that. I guess I can go to I literally don't know how to do that. Okay, so if I go to Amy, edit game? Genre engines, developer, publisher, moderators, new moderator. And is that, yeah, oh, there we go. I think that worked. I think that worked. What am I? Here we go. Okay. 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 Warm my hands up. Hands all warmed up. Yum, yum, yum. Deep breath. Deep breath. Let's do this again. And not just botch up chapter 3 or have weird deaths in chapter 2. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Skip that first cutscene. We got 45 minutes, minute and a half. What is it, 45? 45 seconds? 45 minutes. It feels like 45 minutes. Oh, God. These cutscenes, they feel so long. I'm just kind of like processing that, like, all right, if we're at like a 45, 50-minute run and it's like 22 minutes-ish by the time that we get to chapter 3, like the first 2 chapters are almost half the game, weirdly. Back to Henry for a moment. Would all the changes to the script have been by Trevorrow himself, or would there have been another on-set screenwriter or such involved? So on-set changes come from a bunch of places. It comes from the director, obviously, actors, any additional screenwriters. Like there will sometimes be a on-set screenwriter who is separate from the actual screenwriter. In this case, they did have Greg, what's his name, actually like involved with the process. So he was there, or at least he was there enough to be on in the BTS, and they'll come from the script supervisor, the actors. So a lot of the changes, like specific changes, tend to come from either, like, if they're creative, then they will tend to originate with either the director or the actors or the producers having a sort, like, with a creative mandate or just an idea. If they or all, like, other changes, every other change basically will then is going to be any change that doesn't fall under that umbrella is going to be a logistical change, which is going to be like, okay, we can't find a location that matches our needs. We can't have all of these actors here at the same time, this, that, or whatever. So, for example, a big change from the script to the movie is the audio cassettes. In the movie, Susan spends the whole latter half of the movie listening to these audio tapes where Henry is giving her instructions. But in the screenplay, Peter, like all of those lines are actually Peter reading out of Henry's notebook. So that kind of a change is going to be partly creative, but is also going to be a large part of it was probably logistical. I forget his first name, Tremblay, wasn't going to be, they weren't going to be able to have him on set that much, or just having, so like working with minors, particularly really young minors, there's a lot of rules around it for good reason. But it means that, it creates a lot of logistical hurdles. And when you're a tiny budget film, or even a medium budget film, those rules can add up to like a lot of stuff. So it's like they can only be on set for like 8 hours, which severely limits like how long a shoot day can be. And so having him in the, like, basically removing him from all of those scenes means that, there we go. Oh, come on, you get out of the way. There we go. Removing him from all of those scenes, like, eases the logistics of all of of shooting all of that dramatically, because now it's like, okay, we don't need Tremblay on set. We only need Susan's character. We don't need Susan and Peter. We only need Susan. So we can schedule those around Naomi rather than needing to schedule both of them, and we can work full days, or we can work basically however long Naomi is willing to work, and all of that. So, especially since so many of those scenes were in the screenplay, just the two of them, and now they're basically solo. So it's like it's just Naomi, or Naomi and a couple of extras, or Naomi and some background, or Naomi and a minor character. Okay, good. I still managed to short circuit her response animation. Okay. So that's that's that kind of change, where it's like, okay, it's both creative in that it has a dramatic impact on sort of the construction and meaning of the film, but it's also probably being heavily motivated by logistics. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. Where's my... No, don't take a drink until you're at the loading screen. Don't take a drink till you're at the loading screen. Is Trevorrow a bad director? Yeah, he is. The weird thing, or the the insufferable thing about it is that having now spent so much time with both Book of Henry and Jurassic World, I can see his peculiarities as a director in like stark relief. And the fact is that they run through all of his films. Now you might think that it's like, oh well, what about his good movie, Safety Not Guaranteed? Well, it's kind of weird because all of these sort of like issues are in Safety Not Guaranteed. They just don't stand out because they're actually kind of like genre appropriate for that movie. It's really kind of a hip, movie about, like, I mean, it's explicitly about kind of disaffected, bored 20 somethings. So having your characters all be like snarky, emotionally unplugged people it fits, you know. But then you look at Jurassic World and Book of Henry, and it's like, okay, well, his main character in Jurassic World is also an emotionally disconnected, snarky asshole. It kind of sort of gets a little bit paved over by the fact that Chris Pratt is really charming. But even then, a lot of people still commented that like, hey, Chris Pratt's charming character, like his charm feels really kind of actually mean in this movie. Like this is kind of cruel. Like a lot of people pointed that out. So that's definitely there. And then it's like with Book of Henry, it's just like, oh, okay, this is his thing. Like this is 3 for 3. It wasn't that it was genre appropriate in Safety Not Guaranteed. That's just Colin. Like that's just the characters that he writes. It's the characters that he likes. It's the worldview that's part of him. And also like same thing with his like very strange disdain for women who don't behave properly motherly. Jurassic, like, and again, this is a thing that like it kind of blends in with Safety Not Guaranteed, because it's kind of like, oh hey, everyone's a dick to her character, and it is about like lonely 20 somethings, kind of lonely people finding a connection. So the fact that it's like, oh, she gets a boyfriend at the end as sort of the culmination of her plot arc is like, all right, well, I mean, that's just kind of the type of movie that it is. But then in Jurassic World, you've got the like constant nagging of I'm forgetting all of the characters' names and actors' names now. You've got the constant nagging. It's like, oh well, when you're a mother, you'll understand. And then the assistant. Everybody points out how the assistant is treated, but the thing is that the assistant. This is what I find particularly fascinating about how brutally that movie handles the assistant. Is if you think about it, like, what is her crime? What is her sin that she is punished for? And it's not properly mothering these two boys. That it's like she's supposed to be a nurturer. She's supposed to care for them and escort them around the park. And it's complete nonsense, because it's like, look, the one kid is, the older kid's like 16 and the younger one's like 11. It's like you're basically at Disneyland or a zoo. Like, these two kids, they're fine. They can be on their own in an amusement park. They don't need an adult, escorting them everywhere. So her presence is kind of like pointless, but her inattentiveness is deemed so egregious. Her lack of motherly qualities is so great a sin that she gets the most gruesome, punishing death in the entire movie. It's kind of gross. And then when you look at all of that again coming up in Book of Henry, how brutally Sheila is treated for by the camera and by Henry for not conforming, and how like just awful everything is to Susan, because even though like the thing is that Susan gets softened so much from the screenplay to the finished film. Like they took out a lot of the stuff from the screenplay where she's actually like pretty negligent. Like in the screenplay, there's a whole bit where she like actually wrecks the car because she's busy like making eyes at this hot guy in the car next to her, and she ends up rear-ending the car in front of her. All right, make sure we don't. All right, wait for him to get properly around the corner. All right, it should be good now. So you look at all that stuff and you look at this as like a pattern in in his stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, this is just what he makes. This is just his worldview, and that's why I am largely like I'm really glad that he's not doing episode 9 anymore, because not only is he a bad director, but he is the one of the worst directors that you could get to handle the characters as they exist at the end of episode 8, at the end of Last Jedi. I shudder to think of what I was joking about this. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite jokes about this so far. Is I want Kathleen Kennedy to get drunk one night and release the Ray as a Mary Sue email that Colin Trevorrow almost certainly actually like sent her. Like he's that kind of a guy. So you can just bet that his version of episode 9 is rife with tearing down Rey because she hasn't earned whatever, where it's like she needs some man pain to motivate her. Yeah. I've had a trouble getting my hands on a screenplay for Jurassic World. I've been trying for a while now, but there's a couple different versions like that I want to try to get a hold of. I've gotten bits, and I've gotten a lot of secondhand descriptions, like from people who have read older versions. So there are some things that I do know about it. So and there's a couple of them that were really obvious, like that even up and into shooting, like that the secret ingredient in the Irex was human, which is why everything basically why any of the sort of plot around the Irex even exists is that the secret ingredient was human. But audiences didn't like that, and so they went back and changed it to Raptor. Yeah, man is the most dangerous animal of all. And the thing is, if you're familiar with kind of the like trope of man is the most dangerous animal, and then you go look at Jurassic World, suddenly you start seeing stuff like, it's like, oh, okay, like they come out of the woods and there's this whole thing about like, it's like, oh, it's hunting the brachiosaurus for sport, and it's like, oh, okay, man is the secret ingredient. Like, obviously, that's what that means in film language. Hey, I just want to point out there, we got both the Jared Letos, but I didn't get hit by them, so I'm not going to die when I run back through the mine this time. Look, not dead. Come on, Amy, come on. Man, I need to go back to telling her to stay. Just purely because, even if it, like, sometimes it barely saves time, but other times like that, where it's like she follows me all the way, it saves a lot of time. So, oh, I didn't. I was almost to the door. If you get to the door, if you're going through the door when that triggers, all right, come on. Hold Amy's hand so that we can pivot her around and she won't block my path. There we go. Make sure we push that guy so that he doesn't just kill us. Please don't spark. Damn it! I hate that spark in particular. Like, just that one. That one right there. They're all my enemy, but that one in particular. Also, the painting. The painting in the back half of Chapter 3 also particularly bugs me every time. All right. No, wait. Crap. Boop-a-doo. All right. All right. I'm gonna focus. We can talk about stuff once we're back onto a chapter that I don't hate. Once we're on chapter 4. Once we're on chapter 4. Do. All right. Get that. When we get out, fire the bullet. Fire the bullet. Come on. Get out from around the crates. Get out from around the crates. Get out from around the crates. Did that work? You did it, Amy. Bravo. All right. I've started to. It's like that. The voice line is what I've started to watch for with that one. And come on. Come on. Grab the hand. Because I can't always tell visually if it goes off, but it's like the voice line. All right. The voice line is the key. Okay. All right. Don't forget to send it back up. Okay. Up the elevator. Tell Amy to go push the button. Get into position to cross the obstacle. I get paranoid about breaking that because once, like, I don't know, the first, I'm gun shy because the first couple of times that I practiced it, I like screwed it up a whole bunch of times in a row, and don't want to go too fast through that one, as we've learned, or we get stuck in the cutscene. So yeah, it's just made me gun shy about it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to my old pad. No, crap. I was hoping to get further. Damn it! I hate these things so much. No. No. Frick. Come on. Beat his ass, Seabass. I hate fighting these things, and this is not going well at all. Oh, I hate this chapter so much. I hate this chapter so much. All right. I should have just no. I should have just done it my way. I don't care if it's slower. I'm losing time because I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it someone else's way, and it's costing me more time because I haven't practiced doing it someone else's way. And so now I'm doing it live, and I'm losing a ton of time because I'm doing it someone else's way. All right, this guy's in a good. This guy didn't crawl all the way into the minefield, so that's good. Also, with that death there, I need to remove this thing. It's super bad. It's super bad if you die there, cause yeah, so much goes wrong. Pick up that. Okay, Amy, get on the elevator. Get on the elevator, Amy. Amy, get on the elevator. Get on the elevator. Oh, wait. Frack. 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 Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Come on. Amy, where are you? I just want this god awful game, this awful, terrible, horrible trash game to behave just a modicum more consistently than it does. It would still be just garbage. But I just want it to behave just a smidge more predictably. Also, there we go. All right, we're fine. Okay.
Amy's telekinetic powers are increasing now. They're more powerful than her best skills in the center, by at least a magnitude.
I'll need to run a battery of tests to understand what's been done to her. We're certain that she's shown.
At least for me. I'm so proud of you, Amy. You did it.
No. 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 What are we at? 31? It's all right.
Wait for me, Amy. I'm not going far.
Caught on a box. All right, that picture better not. Okay, good. Good art. Amy, what are you doing? Why are you pointing that direction? So we can use Amy to interrupt that cutscene, but we still can't move until it's more or less done. It's kind of weird.
That's a brave girl. You can do it.
Gonna make my train on time. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, get her out. Right hand. All right.
You don't have to worry about the professor.
Get her past the vending machine.
To get to him.
Nice and clean. Nice and clean to the finish line. Yeah, that's it. Twist Amy's wrist. And we're good. Okay. Okay. There we go. Take a sip. All right. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 coming up. Hopefully chapter 4 going to be flawless. We're going to get the starting skip. It'll be beautiful. It'll be masterful. It'll look gorgeous. And I'm not going to die on the puddle. That's the big thing. Not going to die on the puddle. Not going to die on the puddle. Not going to die on the puddle. Not gonna 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 run into the pit. Not gonna run into the pit. Not gonna run in the pit or wait. What? Oh my god. World record incoming. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I can reproduce, but I think I just got the best chapter 4 skip. So, I cannot explain how it happened, but we went straight from chapter 3 to chapter 4, or to chapter 5. We went straight from chapter 3 to chapter 5. So we didn't... It... All right. Now, Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing is that skipping chapter 4 only saves me 5 minutes ish. Assuming if chapter 4 goes flawlessly, it's only 4 minutes long. If it goes so, it's 4.5, 5. So unless you like screw it up dramatically, it's not even a super tremendous save. Like of all the chapters to just randomly not do. Now, if this world records, we're gonna if this world records, we're gonna discard it on the basis of it relied on a freak random break that we have no idea what happened or how to reproduce it or anything. So I think if this world records, which it might not. Oh wait, crap. It especially might not if I forget to like do things. Um, I mean, basically, unless I'm at the loading zone in the next 2 minutes. '41, '47. Yeah. Let's see. Well, Cosper, if you were playing this game for the first time and you skipped a chapter, I don't think you would notice. Like, really. Like, there's, I mean, the chapters are already so disconnected from each other that it would be indistinguishable. Because it's like you get on the train and there's nothing to really kind of like point out that it's like, oh, well, you didn't get off the train. Because it's like when it's like, all right, well, you fix the train, and then you get back on a different train, or you don't fix the train, you just get on a different train. Um, and then after that, you're just kind of off the train. So oh, bad, bad, bad. All right, we're fine. We're fine. Just don't get jammed up in the doorway again. Time. Eight seconds. 8 seconds. Oh. I don't know, Vexel. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Count it? Discard it? I mean, it's a doable time. It is a doable time. You know, like it is a consistently doable time. Like if I hadn't lost a whole bunch of like garbage time earlier from that death, then like yeah, it would push this into you know, like if this was 40 minutes, then it'd be like, okay, well, that's basically not happening again unless that exact bug happens again. And yeah, you can theoretically beat 4519. All right, let's do it. I wonder. On the board. uh wonder. I wonder how that happened. Hmm. Hmm. I'm curious, so I'm wondering if it like I I wonder if it comes down to like spamming the button during the load, or I don't know. Because at first I was actually like, I like you can't. So when you're actually like in a game, you know, like you've started from a point. You can't just randomly skip the chapters around without going out to the menu. So I was spamming start. I was spamming start like I normally do, and then like I was spamming start to get through the cutscene, and then I stopped once I got through the cutscene because there's only so there's two cutscenes to open chapter one. There's two cutscenes between chapter one and chapter two. So there's an end one for chapter one, a beginning one for chapter two. There's a end one for chapter two, a beginning one for chapter three, an end one for chapter three, no beginning one for chapter four. So I stopped spamming after I got through the cutscene because I was just waiting for chapter four to start, and then we opened into chapter five, and chapter five doesn't have an opening cutscene either. So if we wanted to test it, would need to redo chapter three again. Which I mean we can. I mean I need practice on chapter three anyway. Uh, if I had my suspicions, like my full suspicion is going to be that it's probably related to it might actually be related to the fact that I died. I would not be surprised if it was somehow tied to the fact that I died on chapter 3, like that we wound up at that checkpoint, which means that if it is replicable, it would be replicable by reloading at that checkpoint is how that would work. This is all hypothetical. Like this is my brain just kind of grabbing for meaning in madness. You know, as you all have seen, like this game is so glitchy that who knows what's going on. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna brag about that one. I'm gonna brag about that one just because I know you're gonna beat me in like tomorrow and take I know you're gonna take first place back in like 24 hours. So I'm gonna brag about that one ever so briefly. Um, All right, all right. Let's. Who gave this game of the year again? I did. Would it? Wait, what is this? On a completely unrelated note, I ended up making this thing 2 days ago. Would a coward have? I I only sort of understand what's going on in this image. Luke is holding a Porg and an Ewok, and but Lucille is now Rey. Oh, the madness, the madness. Um, you just have to master Rise of this. Oh God, I can't even finish Rise of the Silver Surfer. Okay, okay, we're gonna try Chapter 3, and we're gonna try.
This is gonna work, Amy.
Reloading at the elevator. So like grab the key card, reload. I don't think we even need to grab the key card. Basically, once we see the checkpoint thing, we'll reload. Now, it might actually require a death. I bet it requires a death. I bet it requires a death.
Ellen's cut off.
Okay.
The metros are on automatic pilot. There's one running every 15 minutes. You just need to get down to one. Take the North Line, 7 stations. There's an entrance directly into the hospital.
What if this was some complicated input memory injection? Oh man, that would be wild, but also like completely unreplicable outside of a TAS. And we're never going to have a TAS because no one is ever going to invent a speedrunning tool for Amy. Oh, Charming Viking. Yeah, so the island that they shot all of Luke's stuff on for The Last Jedi is a puffin habitat. And so there's a whole whackload of endangered puffins that the film crew was not allowed to touch, not allowed to move, interrupt, disturb, or anything, because it's all these endangered puffins. So because of that, they just had to leave them, and they decided to just make the puffins more spacey. So they painted over them. So they just painted over the puffins with porgs, with space puffins. It's funny because actually, like, Laura and I we've been calling them space puffins ever since we saw the concept art, and yeah, it turns out that the space puffins were originally literally puffins, and that is very funny to me.
Silver City. Weird. Have you noticed anything?
Right, Ellen. I'll ask the next zombie where he was born before he bites me.
And I forgot my own route. That it's like you got to cut. If you cut super wide around that coming from the other direction, then Hey, look, I made that corner cut. Normally, I stopped doing it because... what? What the hell is going on here? Okay. Alright, that's pretty funny. Alright. Let's try reloading from the checkpoint. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I did it. I made them proud. New record. But why? You haven't. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Alright. Nope, gotta... Oh, these elevators are the worst. And she hit it twice. Okay.
They were waiting for me. Damn.
See, now, I could have gone either way on the porgs based on how they actually then... Come on, move, you dumbass. Come on. Come on. Oh, I hate these things so much. I hate fighting them. Oh, I got hit anyway. Yeah, I could have gone. I could have gone either way on the porgs, largely because it was going to come down to whether or not they were going to pull any of the special edition kind of bullcrap, where it's like, oh, we have this CG animal, and it's going to interact with the camera a whole bunch. Like, it's going to run up and like scream at the camera, and it's like, no, you're breaking your basic cinematic rules that you have set up for your diegetic space. Don't do that, please. Please don't just randomly break the fourth wall once with one CG character screaming uvula. Yeah, yeah. So if they had gone there with porgs, then I probably would have actually just come around on like hating them entirely. But since they mostly like they really just made them a detail, and like, I mean, there's obviously a few gags with them, but it's like they're never critical to anything. They don't get. They're just there. They're wildlife. They are literally just wildlife, and so it's like, all right, space puffins rule. Porg me up, fam.
Have you been developing any symptoms?
Amy's telekinetic powers are increasing lately. They're more powerful than her best scores in the center, by at least a magnitude.
I'll need to...
Uh, 23 is a prime. Yes, I did get that recommendation. I couldn't find a copy of Force Unleashed 2 today, so but I did grab a copy of Force Unleashed 1. So I'll try to track down a copy of 2. We'll see. We'll see if I can find one. But I've got a copy of 1, which is just as ridiculous as, well, not just as ridiculous, which is fairly ridiculous in its own right anyway. So Flower Bee, no, this is not. So we just finished that world record run, and now we are trying to replicate a glitch that happened in that run to see if we can do it. Come on.
You can do it.
All right. Oh, we can do this left-handed. All right, hard mode. Hard mode, getting Amy through all of this left-handed. Come on. No. Almost. Almost. No. All right, right hand. Come on. Right hand. There we go. Right hand. Okay. Okay. There is a very, very good chance that this just isn't like that this isn't going to do anything, like that this will just go as per normal. So prepare to be disappointed, but let's see what happens. All right. Spam and start like I normally do. All right. And it would be hilarious if it's that simple. Like that would be ridiculous because that segment there is so easy to die on. Is just so easy to die on that this would be the kind of glitch that you could 100% just accidentally come across in casual play. Like you could just, assuming you even bothered to continue playing the game after chapter 2, you could end up accidentally just skipping chapter 4 and you wouldn't know until, I don't know if you would ever really realize if you were playing this game in literally any other setting than this hell that I have built for myself. No. All right. I bet it's a death. I bet it's a death. Alright, since I didn't do chapter 4 earlier, and we need to practice, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Oh. Lana, what the... How... Oh god, she's standing so weird. She's not standing where she's supposed to be. This is upsetting me. The camera isn't behaving either. I am very uncomfortable with where she's standing. All right. Also, I have like no hit points. This guy's like right behind me. Right behind me. All right. Nope. Gonna die. Oh. Oh. If I can get away. There we go. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I wasn't running. I didn't pick that up in the way I'm supposed to. You know, I grabbed both of the syringes. All right, Bob. Sorry, Doug. Oh. That's been a while since that happened. All right. That was fun. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, my hands. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we up to? What are we up to now? What time is it? It is 11. So I don't think I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do another run. I think one with that because we did start at 9. So yeah. So we have been at this for 2 hours. Have I skimmed through the scripts on the 2017 Blacklist? No, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I saw a few people were posting about some movies from the bottom of the list, and so I saw that, but I haven't taken a look at the full list yet. I want Full You to make a Game of the Year 2017 list, but it's only trash games he streamed. Oh man, that would actually... I could do that. Because most of the stack is in fact from this year. Here, one sec. Let me. Or I shouldn't say they're from this year. Most of the stack has been played this year. So let me just. I'm just rearranging a few cables real quick. Because they were set up to do something else. They were set up to do Amy video. And so, all right. If we go, is that gonna, wait. No, it's not gonna, it doesn't want to talk. It doesn't want to chat right now. Or wait, no, 1080p 23.9.8. The card is seeing it. 1080p 23.9.8. Come on, talk to it, OBS. Stop being... Oh, OBS. Your staunch refusal to actually, like, cooperate when a camera gets turned off. Just, yeah. Oh, I ordered a bunch of empty cases. I ordered a bunch of empty cases off of Amazon. So I am gonna make a custom case for Amy and for a few other things that don't have boxes. Yeah, Amy is pretty near to the bottom. So I can't show these because the camera doesn't want to work right now, but I can tell you what we picked up today. So a copy of The Force Unleashed, which is probably going to end up it's probably going to end up pretty close to the stack, because even though it's a garbage game, it's at least playable and by all accounts actually pretty fun. Then a JRPG I had never heard of before that I bought for sheer tacky reasons, called Mugen Souls. So, yeah, I know you all are horny for anime, so you're gonna get your fix eventually. I don't know how much of it we're gonna play, but we'll find out. Then the three that the marquee items. Let's call it the marquee items. The Lost tie-in adventure game via Domus. The Discovery Channel tie-in game Bear Grylls. Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls. And my personal favorite out of this haul, Beowulf the game. Now, this isn't just a Beowulf game, this is Beowulf the movie, the game. So we have something truly beautiful here in that this is a tie-in, this is a video game that no one played as a tie-in for a movie that no one saw. So, Beowulf. Yeah. And I wasn't quite sure. I saw it, and I looked at the cover, and I wish I could show you the cover. And I was like, okay, that looks like it was probably the movie, but I wasn't quite sure, so I flipped to the back, and it's like, trademark, Paramount Pictures, 2007. I'm like, yes, it is. It absolutely is. It is a tie-in no one played for a movie no one saw. It's gonna be glorious. Game in English and French. Beowulf is Beowulf. Yep. So those are gonna get those are getting added to the queue. Yeah, we're gonna need to add another night if we want to get around to ever backing up and redoing Blood on the Sand, and I do want to finish the order. I don't know if we're going back to NBA 2K16 anytime soon. What about the one you posted on Twitter? Wait, which one did I post it on Twitter? Oh, the one that I posted on Twitter. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Pillars of Heaven. Sorry, I completely spaced. I didn't actually Pillars of the Earth. I didn't actually grab that one because it was like $60. I was mostly just surprised by it. But yeah, so it was $60. So I was like, I can probably find that one for cheaper elsewhere. but I was mostly just shocked by it because, so if you don't know, Pillars of the Earth is a book that falls into the classification, like the category of hella book. It is hella book. It's like 1,200 pages. Let me fact check that. Uh, 1076. So the original, the first edition printing, the hardcover is 1,076 pages. And yeah, so I read it back in 2004, and I mean it's a long read. It's 1,000 pages. But I really enjoyed it. Like it is not for everyone. But it is a very interesting book, and so it's got a kind of long legacy, specifically because it is kind of this fascinating bit of historical fiction about the building of a cathedral. And there's very little else like it out there. So to see that of all the properties, of all the IPs out there, that I could see being turned into a video game, getting a video game adaptation, the the novel, the Hella book, set in 12th century England about the building of a cathedral. And the book spans, what is it, like 40 years, 50 years? Something like that. Like, okay, looking at the prologue, 1123, part 6 is in 1174. So yeah, so basically like 50 years. So the arc of the novel spans like 50 years. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that to be turned into video game form. Now, that said, we've done a little bit more research since then, and it looks like it's actually like a visual novel and is apparently pretty good. So it's either a visual novel or a point and click adventure game. It's something along those lines. Like it is a more narrative game, and it is apparently actually pretty good. So I am probably going to grab a copy of it, just purely for myself, because a point and click adventure game of Pillars of the Earth actually sounds pretty rad, even if I would not expect it to exist. So yeah. So that's kind of my well, I guess the thing. So, who said a game is better suited to cathedral building than a novel? I mean, the well, there is a board game. There are actually they've made a bunch of different board games. That's right. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now, and it's like, right, they did make board games that are actually about cathedral building, and that would be the weird thing. Like, this is the thing, is that the book is really about human drama that revolves around the building of a cathedral, more so than it's specifically about building a cathedral. So, yeah, just kind of turning that into like a sim management game would be just as hilarious as like literally anything else. I mean, when I saw it, I kind of really hoped that it was just a like deeply inappropriate adaptation, like it was going to be like a first person shooter or something, that it's like, wait a second, you turned the like decades spanning human drama about faith and social pressure and the changing of the times and politics and religion and the intersection of all of the above, and just turned it into just a completely tasteless first person shooter, I would have been all over that too. Like that would have just been, oh, that would have been some like pure garbage. And yeah, but no, it does sound like it does sound like it's actually kind of okay. So yeah. The first screenshot of Mugen Souls on Steam is a bath scene. Oh man, that's gonna be. Oh, oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. The new year, the new year has things waiting for us. Just think of all the riches that await us in the new year. A decent game. Dan almost sounds disappointed. I do like good games. I swear. I just like playing good games on my own in not public, where I can ruminate and gather my thoughts and digest them. So, can Dan? Oh, that's a good question. Can Dan actually stream Mugen Souls? This Let's check if it's on the banned list. Let's see. Twitch banned games list. List of prohibited games. What have we got? Games are restricted from broadcast based on two criteria. The official ESRB rating is adults only, or the game violates our community guidelines as it applies to hate speech, sex, nudity, gratuitous gore, or extreme violence. So let's see. Mugen Souls is rated T for teen, for fantasy violence, language, mild blood, partial nudity, and sexual themes. Prohibited games without an adults-only rating. 3DX Chat, Artificial Girl, Artificial Academy, Battle Rape, BMX Triple X, Cobra Club, Criminal Girls, Dramatical Murder. Also, since I just passed it, I just want to, let's just take a moment and appreciate the fact that the hacks who made BMX Triple X somehow overlooked just calling their game BMXXX. Like, how? Cobra Club, Criminal Girls, Dramatical Murder, Genital Jousting, Grezzo 1 and 2, Harem Party, House Party, Honeycam Studio, Honey Pop, Kamidori Alchemy Meister, Negligee, Porno Studio Tycoon, Purin to Ohura, Perino Party, Radiator 2. I am really sad that Radiator 2 is on this list. That game, honestly, Radiator 2 should not be on this list. Rapeplay, Rinse and Repeat, the Sakura games, Second Life, Suck My Dick or Die, the guy the guy game, Suck My Dick or Die. I wonder what that game's about. The Maiden Rape Assault Violent Semen Inferno. Wow. 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 What's Under Your Blanket, Witch Training, and Yandere Simulator. Oh. I think you should print out the Twitch banned games list and just hang it under the stack of shame. I would, except for Radiator 2. I would take Radiator 2 off the list. Also, there's a few games in here that are not like they're just inappropriate. Like I agree. Like so, there's a bunch in here. So like the Sakura games. The Sakura games suck. Like they're not particularly good visual novels. But there's nothing ultimately really wrong with them. Like they're just, but they are inappropriate to stream, especially since it's very like they're pornography. They are they're pornography. Um, so those ones, it's like, are the Sakura games actually worse than Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of Ga'Hoole? Probably not. Um, but yeah, Radiator 2. So Radiator 2 is, oh, let me I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who makes them. I actually uh they're an art project about well, so the guy makes mini games about sexuality and consent and stuff, and they're really kind of interesting and fun and often campy. And you know they're definitely goofy, but they're also really interesting. So there's one of the mini games is a spanking game where you roll dice, and those dice tell you, like, basically give you the rules for the encounter that you then act out, and you get scored at the end basically on your ability to follow your partner's instructions. And yeah, so it's actually kind of it's interesting. It is interesting, and and it's free. Like you can just download it now. I highly recommend actually grabbing it. It is free, so grab Radiator 2 and go. And yeah, this is the guy who made the car jerking off thing, which sounds worse than it actually is. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just the presentation is ultimately presentation is relevant. Is important and is a relevant factor. So, hey Amy, Amy Cat is awake, and Amy Cat has come over to say hi. Come on, come up. Rather than just attacking my wires. Yeah. Yeah. No. Only sponsored posts. You have it wrong. You don't jerk off in a car. You jerk your car off. You jerk the car off. Yeah. It's really it's really campy. It's really campy, and it's pretty funny. And was it Robert Yang? Was that it? Robert Yang? No. The car doesn't have a penis. It has a shifter. It has a shift stick. It's a manual transmission. And yeah, yeah, you get off. So your character gets off by jerking off the car, by jerking off the car's shifter. Well, not really, not even necessarily jerk. Like it's. You should check it out. It is adult. It is reasonably adult, but it's I don't know. I really wish it wasn't on the banned list because I wanted I wanted to stream it. I was actually planning on streaming it. Like, what was this, like a year and a half ago? Yeah, like a year and a half ago, I was planning on streaming it, and then it got added to the banned list like the week before, and I was really chapped about that. I was really chapped about that. So I guess I could do a YouTube stream. No, no, actually, if you you can stream it on YouTube. You can stream it on YouTube. You just need to flag the stream as have it as like if you voluntarily flag it as mature content, you're fine. Because the thing is it's not actual literal pornography. So it's fine. It's fine. It's just mature content. So YouTube would let you stream it. And yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure you can probably find all of it on YouTube anyway. So it's almost certainly already there. And we would just stream it on the secondary channel just in case. So no risk to the primary channel. It's not even on the same account. And yeah, all right. I am in that rambly zone where I'm clearly too tired to keep all of my thoughts in focus, and Amy is now harassing my wires and cables and stuff. So I'm going to go get her out of there. Thanks everybody for coming out for this world record. Woo! World record speed run. We'll try and figure out what the hell went on. But in the meantime, thanks everybody. If you're going to be around on Sunday for a night of determination, that's going to be starting around 6 Mountain Time that night. So check it out. I will be posting the proper the graphic announcement, the fake TV guide cover that I photoshopped. I'll be posting that tomorrow, so around 6 Mountain Time, ideally, which is it's the time that the same time that the Monday streams normally start, but on Sunday on Christmas Eve. So yeah, all right, definitely rambling, definitely tired. Thanks everybody for coming out. I am going to stop the stream now and go to bed. And by that I mean like rant on Twitter like a lunatic for several more hours before I pass out. Yeah. All right, good night.